Okay. Oh, it doesn't fit. Whatever. Okay. So, in normal physics, so say you have your car here, right? What the MS Paint. Okay. Move that down. Okay. So say this is your car, right? You know, it's a good old Breakout. Your car's a rectangular hitbox here. Now normally, in normal physics, if the ball was coming down like this, right? If you had your perpendicular line here, then it's going to come back up like this, right? Where this angle and this angle are equal. And that's normal physics. However, that's not how it works in Rocket League. Actually, right? In Rocket League, the ball's coming down here, comes onto your car, and it makes contact at this point right here. Now, this is the center of mass of your car, and it applies a force to the ball in the direction of this vector, right? So this, the current velocity of the ball is like that, and it's applying this vector. So you have that vector here, and then you have this vector here. So then the result is the sum of these two vectors, like that. So the end result is that it goes like that. However, your ball's applying a lot more force, so it's actually like going to go up because it's also bouncing, right? So that means if the ball's coming straight down on your car, right? If the ball's coming straight down your car and it hits the front, it's going to go up and forwards. But if it's coming straight down your car in the back, it's going to go out towards the back. So if the ball's coming forwards onto your car and you hit off the front, it's just going to go way too far this way, right? But if you let it land on the back of your car, it's going to slow down and it will stay on top of your car. Okay? Does that make sense? So like, because if it's coming like this, and it makes the vector like this, when it bounces, it's going to be shooting off this way. But then, if it's coming like this, and it makes a vector like this, it's going to slow the ball down while bouncing up. The hitbox is actually rectangular, yes. Okay. So, that's how the physics in this game work differently. Now, what that means is, if you're hitting the ball on the front of your car, right? Now this part, I'm not quite sure how this works. It's very hard to test. But if you're hitting the ball on the front of your nose, right? And it makes a vector to your car. Now say you have another car here. Say this is your Octane, right? Obviously this is a little drastic of a change. But if you hit the ball in the front corner of the Octane here, the vector's like this. So the Breakout, when it hits the ball here, it's going to shoot it out a lot more horizontal and apply less of an upward vector. But the Octane, the vector is going to be more upwards and less out. And that's why you're feeling different hits for the car. That's why that's why the cars feel like they're hitting the ball differently, even if you're hitting it in a similar location of the car. Now, what I'm not exactly sure about here is say the ball hits right on the top of your car. The Breakout vector should look like this, and the Octane vector should look like this. I'm not sure if that actually means the Octane is hitting it harder up. Similarly, if it's going farther out, like that, if it's all the way on that side of your car, in theory, the Breakout's vector is longer, so it should be applying more of a force. What I'm not sure about is, I don't know if it's actually going to be more powerful because the vector's longer, or if your car always has a normalized hit. Psyonix would have to confirm that. But I suspect that the Breakout is getting a stronger hit when it's all the way on this end of the car, and the Octane's getting a stronger hit up because the vector's longer. So, but I don't have any confirmation on that particular part of this. I do know that the physics system does work like this, though. And that's why the cars feel like they hit it differently. Now, even if what I said that I'm not sure about doesn't hold true, it still does hold true when you're hitting on the corner of your car, because these vectors are shaped differently. So they're going to apply different forces to the ball. So yes, the cars do hit the ball differently, but yeah. It's fairly easy to test. Use the RL trainer. I think RL trainer is somewhat normalized, but I think there might be slight variations in it, and it would be hard to like exactly measure how the hits are going. There might be some way to test it, but to make sure you're doing it properly. But yeah, maybe if you drop the ball exactly on your car, someone can try that out. But anyway, so that's an explanation of how Rocket League physics works. And like I said earlier, there are applications. Like if you're trying to land it on top of your car, land it on the front if you want it to gain extra forward momentum, land it on the back if you want to slow it down. Similarly, if you're dribbling it, like if I'm dribbling the ball here, highlight this please? Yeah, I can highlight this. If I'm dribbling the ball, and it's going pretty fast, right? That was bad. If I'm dribbling the ball and it's going faster than I want, if I get it onto the back of my car, it's going to slow down, because my car is applying backwards vectors to it. Yeah, I can actually kind of get it to turn around. If I'm getting it on the back of the car, every time it's hitting, it's applying a backwards vector, and the ball ends up stopping. Whereas if I keep it on the front of my car, it's going to keep moving forward like that. I think this is something that most pro Rocket League players have a good understanding of naturally, but they don't actually have, they don't know how it works in theory. But yeah, so that's an explanation of Rocket League physics. So think about that when you're hitting the ball and deciding how you want to hit the ball, and it might give you a better understanding of control. Yeah, I can upload this to YouTube. I think it's pretty useful.